Hello and welcome back to juliaskuddelmuddel. Once again, it's been a while since my last podcast, but I feel like that's just how it's going to be. Yeah, it's lovely that you're back. Hello, for everyone that's new. My name's Julia. I am German and I used to live in Edinburgh for 7 years. And I just moved back last month in August. I moved back to Germany because I got a bit homesick for my family. And now I'm here. Yeah, it took me a while to sort my stuff out. That's why there wasn't a podcast in a while. Also, I think I'm losing my English, which is horrible. I've been living there for 7 years and used to speak it all the time. And now, to sit down and actually do an English podcast, it's interesting. But hey, it's a good way to practice for me, probably. Today I have several things to show you. 3 finished objects. One of them is my Fair Isle jumper. Woo! I'm so excited that it's finally done. It took me 1.5 years to finish it, so yay for that. And I have 2 new things that I started knitting. Basically, I finished the Fair Isle jumper, and then I really wanted to have something to knit that's quite quick and also a bit different from the whole Fair Isle thing. So what I went for is the Road to Rhinebeck Hat by Woolly Wormhead. And this is it. If you're familiar with Woolly Wormhead's designs, she always does very, very interesting short row shaped hats. It's not your standard knitting around way up hat. It's actually a wee bit different. And same for this one. So I started out with a provisional cast on, and then those wee eyelet thingies are always done in short rows. And then you sometimes have the purple one going all the way through. And somehow, magically, I'm not quite sure how it's done, it just happened. Yeah, you kind of put things together here for the crown, I'm assuming. Yeah. I'm not sure how it's happening. I don't really understand the maths behind it, but it works. And it's so much fun. The pattern's really interestingly written. It's like a chart, and you have to count all the time. So it's not something you can knit while you're watching telly or something. It's something where you have to sit down and, carefully count what you're doing. But that's alright with me. I quite like that. The yarn that I'm using is a hand-dyed one. I dyed this one a year ago actually. It was my first hand-dyeing attempt and I am quite happy with it. I quite like it. It's really, it has all the colours in it. I think that was the aim of it. It's all the colours. Maybe, no, there's a wee bit of brown. Yeah, it's very colourful, very, it changes colours at all times, as you can see in this part. And then as a contrast colour, I have some left over from my Rhinebeck shawl. So the Rhinebeck shawl yarn is being used in a Rhinebeck hat. See the pattern there? It's from Queen of Pearls. Yeah, that's her name. And it's called Love Lies Bleeding. It's a very, very nice, lovely colour. And yeah, I've been knitting that. As I said, you have to concentrate to knit it. Maybe people can memorise it and they know what they're doing by heart, but I can't. I have to count on the pattern where I am. But it's fun. It's really nice. And I need to finish it. Although, I came back to Germany and, I wanted to go back to Germany because in Edinburgh it's very grey in winter, it's very dark, it rains a lot, and, last summer was amazing, but the summers before that often, it doesn't get warmer than 23, 24 degrees, and it often rains and stormy. I love the storm, but still. Yeah, so I wanted to go back as well to have, proper seasons, to have a hot summer and a cold winter, and ever since I came back it rained maybe 3 times. It's so weird. The weather's amazing, but also it's a bit too warm for October. It's 24 degrees, 25 degrees. It's a proper summer for me just now, which is awesome. But yeah, it's weird. So there's not really a need for hats at the moment, but eventually I hope it's going to be a proper winter with snow, and then I'm going to be prepared with my hat. And in the meantime, before we have winter, I am knitting a cowl as well, just to, to prepare myself to have something warm to wrap up in. Well, actually, you can't wrap up in a cowl, you just put it on, but still. Yeah, it's called Très Fun by Plumetis Knits, I think. I'm really sorry, I forgot to bring the pattern up with me, and now I'm struggling with the name, but I'm going to link it down in the info box. And that's it, I'm here so far. So my head's going to go through there, I hope. We'll see. And basically you knit first a triangle, and then you join the ends, and then it's a cowl. And now I'm just knitting it in the round, and we have this, it has like different accentuated rows. So we have that one, then here they're going to go some tassels, then there's I think some other stitches coming along, and some bubbles, and in the end there's going to be a brioche border, which looks really pretty. Like, I've seen the pattern ages ago, I absolutely fell in love with it, and I was like, I have to knit this at some point. And because it's knit in like 4mm needles, it's a really quick, satisfying knit. I'm gonna tell you about the yarn. So in Kempton there's a yarn shop. It's has a lot of yarn by Lana Grossa. This one's Bingo. It's merino wool. It's 100% merino. It's 50 grams, 80 meters. That's that. And then the other one I just seen and I absolutely loved it. It's this one. It's Langfin. It has an anti-felting finish, however that works. It's 72% virgin wool and 28% acrylic. Usually I'm not a huge fan of acrylic, but I loved this colour. Like, it looks like autumn to me. It's like an autumnal forest with like red, yellow, green leaves, and it's just so pretty. And it works really well with the grey, I thought. So yeah, I went for that. It's a really quick knit, like, and it's really easy. You can knit it while watching telly. Farmer Wants a Wife is now on again, and I absolutely love that show. The German one's quite special. It's a wee bit different than like the other ones that I've seen, like the international version. So I really like this one. Anyways. And this is such an easy knit because you just knit in the round, you sometimes increase a couple of stitches, but it's something where you don't have to think about. And I really like having two projects on the go. One where I actually have to sit down and think about what I'm doing, and then the other one where I just go for it and I can just knit without, you know, having to pay too much attention. I mean, yeah, I have to pay attention for those special rows, but apart from that, I just knit and that's it. And that's what I really like about this one. Have you seen my stitch markers? Hang on. Have to show you those. They are so there you go, so pretty. It's like a wee jammy dodger, and then over here I have a wee cookie. Oops, yeah, there we go. They were part of my last fibre share parcel, I think, and they're so nice. Like, I really like those stitch markers. I also have, I think, wee donuts and a wee coffee cup, so it's really lovely. Hopefully I'm going to finish that soon, and I think it's just going to be a really handy thing. Like, you just throw it on and it's on your shoulders and around your neck and it's warm. And I really like that the neck isn't too big, because I hate it if you have a shawl and then it's hanging somewhere down there. Like, it's not going to do any work down there, it needs to be up on my neck. So yay, that seems to work. So that's the stuff that I have on the needles just now. I also, as I said, I finished 3 things. First one was a test knit for Cows for Malay. She's a German designer. I think her patterns are only in German, unfortunately. And that's that hat. So it starts with a nice rib, and then we increase, and it is a fluffy beanie hat. I really like hats like this that are loose, because with hair like mine, fellow curly baby heads are gonna know that. If you put on a hat that's really tight, like, it flattens your hair, it all explodes out on the sides, and then you take your hat off and, like, it's odd, it's weird, it's not nice. And so if I have a hat like this, I can, like, squish up my hair underneath, put it underneath, and that's it, and it's gonna be alright when it comes out. Yeah, so that's why I really like this hat, and it was really quick knit. I think I did it in a weekend. It's really easy. Like, the stitch pattern is, I think, about 5 rows, but it's really easy to memorise. So it's fab, and I love the colourway. It's from Bear and Wolle. It's barefoot sock yarn, 100 grams, 400 meters, 80% virgin wool merino, 20% polyamide. And look at it, like the speckles. Oops, yeah, focus. The speckles are amazing. They are so pretty. So yeah, I really love this yarn. I have about half a skein left, so I have to think about what I'm gonna do with it. Maybe some mitts, I don't know. But yeah, lovely hat. I am doing a giveaway on Instagram for the pattern, because the lovely Caroline actually gave me a couple of codes for Ravelry. But the pattern is in German, so it's for you to figure out whether, you know, give Google Translate a go, whether you'd like it or not. But yeah, just for your info. That's going to be on Instagram soon. And then, last time I was nearly finished with this Plumetis shawl. Hang on, where's the front? That's the back. And now it's finished, and I must say, this is one of the patterns and shawls that I wear the most. It's really light and soft and airy, and it's just lovely. So, and it has tassels, tassels for the win. So yeah, it starts like that, tassel, and then it goes up in a triangle, and more triangle, and then at the sides we have this, and then it eventually ends in a tassel again. So it's a gigantic triangle, and it's so soft and airy. It's, yeah, Plumetis Shawl by Melody Hoffman. You start with the triangle, the white one, and then you add the side bits in short rows. So it's relatively easy, and again, it's like something that you can knit easily while you're watching telly or something, the middle part, and then you have to concentrate a bit more and focus a bit more when you get to the sides. But yeah, I really like it. It's so soft. I used Muse, like standard yarn, house yarn, whatever you want to call it. I think it's called Titus, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a lovely, lovely yarn. It was like I had flimsy bits all over me the last time I used it, but now that I blocked it and washed it and all that, it actually got a lot better. So it's actually absolutely wearable and lovely, and yeah, it's so soft. Like, it's a bit scratchy. I mean, it's a rustic yarn, but still, it's... Now I have fluff on me. Help. Anyways, yeah, lovely shawl, bit fluffy, but still, I wear it a lot. And this is the first time I knit something actually in the colours that the original pattern was in, and best decision ever. And also thank you to everyone who voted on Instagram which colours I should do the tassels in. I really like them in the burgundy colour. And yeah, I'm just, overall, I'm really, really happy with this shawl. Hang on, this is something I can actually put on. Hopefully. So yeah, it's just really nice because you have the tassels, they're quite long, and the shawl you can wrap up nicely, or you can just put it over your shoulders. So yeah, I really, really like it. It's a fab shawl. Oops. Yeah. Is there anything else to say about the shawl? I don't think so. I haven't put it in the freezer yet because apparently freezing would help with the fluff as well. But then I want to wear it. I don't want to put it in the freezer. We'll see. But for now, I've been wearing this a lot. And with the colour, like, it goes with a lot of things, so it's just really easy to wear, and I like it very much. Yay! But now, the thing that I have been waiting for, the moment I've been waiting for 1.5 years, I can finally show you a finished jumper Hortensia. Ta-da! Ta-da! Look at it, it's a jumper, and it's massive. Yeah, note to self, next time take the, you know, do your trial run a wee bit more seriously and make sure you get the right gauge. But hey, it's pretty and I love it, and it's an actual jumper. Like, it has sleeves, it has like everything you need for a jumper. It's a proper jumper, and I can't put it on just now, it's going to be too difficult, I'm going to knock things over. But yeah, as I said, it's a wee bit too big, but it's alright, because I always wanted to be like a bigger garment, outer layer jumper thing. So it works perfectly. The pattern is called Jumper Hortensia by Astrid Tuting. She is German, but the pattern's in English. So if you want to knit it, go for it. And I chose this pattern because I wanted something with steeks. I've never steeked before, and I really wanted to try it. So the way I knit this thing, and if you don't know what steeks are things where you cut through your knitting, and you just cut things open. It's really handy because, for example, with Fair Isle, knitting purl stitches is an also nightmare. So if you knit everything in the round, and then eventually you just cut it open, you can do a cardigan without having to purl any rounds. So yeah, that's super easy. And the way I knit this one, so the main body, just from the ribbing up, it's a Celtic rib. Can you, where? So Celtic rib, and then knit the body all the way up. And then it also has a raglan shaping, which was quite important to me. So I had steeks here for the raglan shaping, I had a steek here for the neckline, and another steek for the raglan here. So altogether I had 5 steeks to open up, which was really exciting. I'm going to insert a video just now how I did the whole thing. So my steek stitches were left, it was all knit stitches obviously, but the colours were changing just for every stitch. And then I secured it with a crochet line basically. So I crocheted all the way up and then all the way down with on the other side. And then I just slightly pulled it apart and I cut through it. And that was the most terrifying moment ever. So I cut through it and, you know, you just look and make sure that everything's still in one piece and it's not falling apart. But it worked really well. The key for things like that is that you use yarn that is like very rustic, a bit scratchy. If you use superwash yarn, it's not gonna stick. The key is that the yarn has to stick to each other so it doesn't unravel. So for example, I used Jamieson's Shetland Spindrift. I just like the proper Shetland yarn. It is 100% Shetland wool and 25 grams in 105 meters, the other way around. But yeah, so it's a very thin, very rustic yarn. I can show you here. Because of that, it's perfect for steeking. And yeah, you see it worked, it didn't unravel. And I can show you, oops, I'm just going to turn this around a wee bit. So these are my steeks that I then crocheted together from the other side. So that's the way the steek looks. And it just worked really well. And can you see all them floats? So many floats. And like, I had a million ends to weave in. Like, I started down here and then so many ends. You can't imagine how many ends I wove in. It's insane. But yeah, it's a really nice sweater. And as I said, the weather's been really nice and warm. So far I only wore it once because it's just too warm to wear it. It's insane. But yeah, it's just a really nice, lovely, lovely sweater. And I'm so happy that I actually stuck with it and finished it, because it took me like 1.5 years. Jesus, it's forever. And yeah, now it's done. And it's pretty. I mean, looking back, I now learned that I should have chosen my colours maybe a wee bit different, so that you can see the flowers a wee bit better. But that's like, you know, this is my first fair jumper. I knew that it wasn't going to be perfect, so that's something I know now, and for the next one I can do it better. And I can, you know, I learned a bit, but this is still always going to be my first fair jumper, and I'm going to treasure it and cherish it and wear it. Hope there's going to be snow soon so I can wear it. We'll see how it does in snow. Also, blocking it made all the difference. Like, colours came out nicer and the pattern just got more even. So yeah, it was a really, really fun project. Took me forever. But hey, I suppose that's, you know, it's alright. It was fun. It was fun in the end and I really enjoyed it. I'm just really happy that I finished it. I think the next jumper that I'm gonna knit like that is gonna be like from like one of those yoke sweaters where you then split off the arms and just knit all the way down. I think that is for me quite good, because then I can try it on first of all and then also see immediately whether something's too tight or too loose, and also that it's not going to be too long, because this one at the moment, it goes over my bum. It's really long. It's like a dress, basically, which is alright, because, you know, actually it's good to be wrapped up warm and cozy. But also, if I do another one, I'm going to do that a wee bit differently. But again, something that I learned from it, that was the purpose. So it's all good, all good. And yeah, I really like it. Weather, get cold, snow, please. Like, if I turned around my camera to now, it's like perfect blue sunshine. It's amazing. It's so warm. Anything else to say about this sweater? Let me think. I knitted on 2.5 or 3.0 needles. So that's also why it's very, very thin yarn, very thin. But pattern's fun, it's very well written, very easy to understand. So I can thoroughly recommend it. My jumper, yay! And yeah, so what else is there to say? So I'm back in Germany now, living in the south of Germany. Applying for jobs. I knew that it wasn't going to be easy because the area that I'm living in is very rural, so you know, there's not a ton of media or culture management jobs or culture administration, whatever, stuff like that. So there aren't that many jobs. There are more in Berlin or Hamburg, but that wasn't really the point of me moving back, because then I'm away from family again and it takes me like 8 hours on the train to go back home. So I might as well stay in Edinburgh, you know, and not give up my career there. So yeah, I'm here now, I'm searching, I'm looking for jobs. I had a couple of interviews, we'll see. Like, so often it just depends whether they like you as a person or not. And in the end, I need to find an employer who doesn't mind that I've been abroad for 7 years, you know, and who, like, Germans always get this certificate when they finish their employment that says exactly what kind of roles they had and how well they did and all that sort of thing. Whereas in the UK, you just get a reference, which is kind of a wee bit different. So I just need to look for an employer who's happy with that, you know, and who can go with that. We'll see, I'm sure I'll find something. I just have to be patient and keep applying. But yeah, I mean, probably a lot of you know these days that finding a job isn't that easy and it can be a bit soul crushing. But hey, I'll find something. I'll keep you updated. Yeah, and also, like, the Germany I came back to has changed a lot. Like, since I went away in 2001. And then since then the refugee crisis and all that happened. And like, I came back the weekend that where in Chemnitz, fucking Nazis, they hunted down like foreign looking people on the street. And they had like fucking demonstrations saying how Germany should be for the Germans and shit like that. And like, it's horrible. It's proper Nazis out on the street voicing their opinions. Like, no clue. Like, that it wasn't like that when I left. It's terrifying, but on the other hand, on Sunday there were elections in Bavaria, and like the right wing and the Conservative Party didn't get as many votes, and the Green Party got quite a lot of votes, so that's promising. And like, we just have to go out on the streets and tell the Nazis to shut the fuck up, and you know, like, I want Germany to be tolerant and open. Like, I think in Edinburgh I was so lucky because, like, never ever did I hear anything bad about living there as a foreigner. I mean, I'm lucky I look the same colour as everyone else, but still, like, I lived there as a foreigner and it was never an issue. And then you come back and you hear about, like, people beating people up just because they're from a different country. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, no, you can't do that. Like, Germany is multicultural, you can't change that, and it's good. It's good. We need people from different cultures, otherwise we're just going to be boring, stupid Germans. Like, we need other people. Anyways, yeah, it was really terrifying to come back to that, because I don't see the world like us and them. It's all us in the end. And I want people to live together happily. And like, I've travelled so much myself and lived in different countries. Like, I've been the foreigner so many times, and always like the privileged foreigner because I travel and not because I had to flee from war or something. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that was a bit different. Oh well. Yeah, but apart from that, I am enjoying the summer. and summer. I did a lot of other DIY projects, which I'm so glad about. Like, I went to a car boot sale and I bought an old suitcase, like a really old suitcase, and I did a new lining, kind of I restored it a bit to its new glory. I did something with concrete, and I collected leaves to make, to put up in a frame and stuff like that. So I just have a lot of time to actually do that sort of thing again, which I'm so happy about, because first studying and working and then just working crazy hours and like not having a set rota, it was just slowly like killing me, basically. Not killing me, but you know, it's just you don't have a proper life anymore, and it's nice to just focus on things like that for now and hunt for jobs. So, you know, fingers crossed I'll find something soon and then the whole thing starts again, that I have to work a lot, but we'll see. Yeah, so I think that's all for today. Head over to Instagram if you want for the giveaway of the Palanca pattern. As I said, it's only in German, but maybe you speak German or you want to use Google Translate. Anyways, yeah, I hope to speak to you soon and have a lovely week. Bye!